This is Dolany TV, guys. Welcome to an early morning edition. Maybe not so early for you guys, but very early for me. So pardon me if I get a little bit boring. I am a heck of a lot tired, so it is rough to go. But let's go see what we can do in this final episode of the 2017 season for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now let's recap what happened. We lost 16-10. 16-10. Against the Seattle Mariners in game 163. That cost us. That was a chance to go play in the wild card game. So now what we have to do is we have to review the GM goals for this year. Win 10 consecutive games, didn't do it. 10 consecutive series, didn't do it. Win 20 games in a single month, didn't do it. Win 95 games in the season, we got 86. And finish with the best record in the majors, did not happen. Postseason, nothing happening there. Hit 5 home runs in a single game. Well, look at that. We achieved that twice this year, so not a bad way to go for this team. But nothing else there, and no league leaders either. So that's tough. That's a rough go. The budget looks like this. We have $5.2 million in team salary every week, which means we're banking about $1.14 million a week, so that's pretty good to go. We have $35.03 mil in budget. That's not a bad way. And you see here we've got, what do we have for locked in players? We have Martin, Tulo, J.A. Happ, and you've got Kendrys Morales, Steve Pearce, and Justin Smoke. Right? We're not looking too solid there. Everyone else is on expiring deals, so we'll have to sign everybody else. We need a right fielder or a left fielder. We can either leave John Jay or else Howie Kendrick as our fielders, but we do need someone else in that field. Let's go take a look at the lineup, see how everyone performed this year. You see Devin Travis, he was a career year type player except for average. He had 24 home runs and 67 RBIs in the leadoff spot. Guy just crushed it for us. 87 runs, 165 hits, 559 at-bats. Imagine if he played all 162. Troy Tulowitzki, kind of a down year. 233 average, 68 and 18, 118 hits, but more at-bats than he normally gets. So that's where you can put credit where credit is due. He got a few more at-bats, played a couple more games than normal. Scored, looks to be pretty much on par for a good year of runs. Sorry guys, I couldn't talk there for a second. And then you've got Josh Donaldson, who definitely had a down year. You see, it's been down, down, down since that MVP season of 2015. Fewer at-bats, fewer everything, 150 games, 84 runs, 170 hits though, so he had more hits and a better average, and 3 stolen bases, which still doesn't put him at par for a career year. In terms of that, Kendrys Morales, well, Kendrys Morales had a pretty decent year as well, 70 runs, so right around average. He played 161 games for us this year, 150 hits, so 250 average. And then 25 home runs and 84 RBIs. Not too bad. Russell Martin. Same old Russell Martin. A lot less RBIs, but the same type of home runs. So can't complain about that. A higher average than the last 3 years. Highest average as a Blue Jay. And then 60 runs. Low run total, but that's fine. And still more at bats. So Russell Martin playing a lot of games this year. 130. That's not too bad. That means Jared Saltalamacchia, of course we have to get rid of him after this year because there is no more Jared Saltalamacchia with the real Blue Jays. Howie Kendrick, 11 home runs, 44 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, and a 290 average. That's huge for us. 56 runs. Pardon me guys, a little clogged up. 144 hits. So 144 hits, no wonder he had a 290 average. Howie Kendrick, not exactly a Hall of Fame caliber player, but he had a pretty good close to career year here for us. You see he's had, nowhere near 20 home runs in his career, so he's had a good year. Steve Pearce, 18 home runs, 70 RBIs. That is a career year for Steve Pearce. See, I know he's going to have a career year in Toronto this year in real life, and that he did in our franchise mode right here. 120 hits, 58 runs scored, 462 at-bats. Not too bad, a 260 average. If he would have had the average he had last year, holy crap, look out, he would have crushed it. John Jay, pretty close to a career year. It's his first time in a long time having 8 home runs, 281 average, and 164 hits. That is a career high in hits, so John Jay kind of crushing it, doing not too bad, going from one team to another this year. Kevin Pillar, well, second highest career total in home runs, pretty close to his RBI total, not close to his stolen bases though. That's his thing. He needs to get those stolen bases to get those runs scored up. He almost had 600 at-bats this year and only 255 average. It's kind of rough. Justin Smoke, just a quick touch on him, 416. Corey Swenson, of course, didn't do anything because he called up in September. Jared Saltamakis, 7 home runs, 18 RBIs, 267 average, if only he could have actually done that in real life. 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, and a 257 average for Darwin Barney in 315 at-bats, not too bad. Dalton Pompey, of course, 46 home runs, 43 RBIs, 244 average in 102 games. And then you got Ezekiel Carrera, who played 62 games, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs, and 227. You compare that to his last year, that's a huge year for him. 227 is the only bad part about that. Ryan Goins, 5 games, 1 hit, didn't exactly play in the majors this year. Marcus Stroman, where do we got Marcus Stroman? We got him in a 9-12 record, so he's a losing pitcher for the 2nd straight year. Only 176 innings pitched, but a better ERA than last year, not too bad. Marco Estrada, a losing pitcher as well, 188, 306 ERA. How do you lose with 306 ERA? J.A. Happ winning games with a 449 average. That's why we wanted him on the mound, and he still lost it. Aaron Sanchez, 7-15, 1.6. Yeah, that was a bad year for Sanchez. Let's write that off. And Liriano, a 15-7, 164 and 404. Can you believe it? Liriano, one of our best pitchers. Joe Biagini, 140.2 innings pitched, a sparkling 12-1 record, 71 and a 403 ERA. Let's see, he had, Joe Biagini, start of the year. Brett Hickman, who played 27 innings, had 3 wins, 2 losses, 233 ERA. Mike Bolsinger, who played 29 innings, not too bad, did alright. Aaron Loop had 77 innings of 336. J.P. Howell had a 72.2 inning stretch and 3.72 ERA. Not bad as a lefty. Johnny Thayer pitched 55 1/3 with a 2.77 ERA. Pretty solid for the youngster. Joe Smith absolutely sucked for us. Lots of blown saves, 5 losses, 5.02 ERA. Hector Rondon did not bad, 4.47. Ks per 9 was what I'm looking at. And Roberto Osuna, how about Roberto Osuna? 43 saves, 2.56 ERA, a career year for the closer out of our pen. I like it, that's solid. A very good year. Let's take a look at the stats, see what we can see. Let's see, league leaders. Did we have anyone near the top? I don't see anyone in the top 10s of anything here. There's Josh Donaldson in home runs, number 13, and RBIs nowhere close, walks, no runs, nowhere close, stolen bases nowhere close, and Josh Donaldson number 10 in walks. On base percentage number 4, on base plus or slugging number 7, and OPS number 7 as well for Donaldson. Wins Hap was number 3. And that's as far as we need to know because we're not getting anything awards. We didn't have anyone win an award this year, I don't think. We had close for a gold glove first baseman. Chris Davis just had more outs. John Jay, gold glove in left field, close. Howie Kendrick, gold glove in right field, close. Silver Slugger. Yeah, we didn't win anything this year, guys. So that is a rough go for the Blue Jays. Maybe the last thing we should check is who is to be a free agent this year coming up. How do we check that? How do we check who's coming up? Projected free agents, let's see. roster. That's not it. But you see, there's not a lot of good options here in the free agent market either. So guys, I got myself lost here at this end of this episode. Sylvester Jamison looked to be a good closing pitcher, but he's not. So guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If not, leave a like. And guys, we'll catch you for the live streams in the off season sometime soon. As always, thanks for tuning in. So long from Dolany TV.